I'm the natural person, I'm the living man. For the record, my name is Thomas Styron II. It is not the name you have attached to this case. Me, I believe that's a state created entity, Your Honor. And I'm not, me being a living person. I don't. My name is in proper punctuation. I don't have a all caps name. So this is under the assumption that you guys have personal jurisdiction and subject matter jurisdiction over me, right?
Yes.
We've got a pretty intense court hearing to dive into today. A self-proclaimed sovereign citizen tries to use the usual script, claiming the court has no authority over him, but it quickly becomes clear he doesn't fully understand what he's saying. If you're going to argue with a judge, you think you'd come prepared, right? Watching him attempt to challenge someone whose job is to interpret and enforce the law is both awkward and oddly fascinating. Let's get into it and watch how this courtroom moment unfolds. And if you enjoy content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Good morning. 14B District Court is now in session. This is Magistrate Hillary Braley presiding. Okay, and I need you unmuted at the jail. There we go. Can I have your name, please?
For the record, my name is Thomas Styron II. I'm the natural person, I'm the living man. How we doing today, Miss Braley?
We are upright, if nothing else.
Great.
So, okay. And you said your name is Thomas Styron.
The second,
The second.
and then I'm the natural person, the living man.
Okay, thank you for your patience there. We had a little bit of a kerfuffle.
No
So,
problem.
recalling case number 19S00472, that is the state of Michigan versus Thomas Ulrich Styron, the second, you said, and also calling 24W001025, that is the township of Ypsilanti, also versus Thomas Ulrich Styron. So state your name for the record.
So, for the record, my name is Thomas Styron II. It is not the name you have attached to this case is not me. I believe that's a state created entity, Your Honor. And I'm me being a living person. I don't. Yeah, I don't. My name is in proper punctuation. I don't have a all caps name nor.
Okay, I'm going to cut you off right there.
You really have to wonder what this guy was thinking walking into court like that. If you're going to try the whole sovereign citizen routine, at least have some idea of what you're talking about. Listening to him ramble about jurisdiction and bizarre punctuation rules makes you question whether he's ever opened a law book. You can't just invent laws to support your argument, and the judge clearly wasn't buying it. At one point, you can even see her smirk as he stumbles over his words. It's pretty obvious she wasn't taking him seriously. And just wait until you hear what she says at the end. It's priceless.
I don't have no. Sorry, I don't have no contracts with the state of Michigan at all. Period. And so I was wondering about personal jurisdiction, subject matter jurisdiction in regards to this.
Okay. And you can continue to wonder about those at the moment. What I am doing, you have a show cause hearing on the matter ending in 472, which is the retail fraud charge. I'm showing a balance of $210 on that. And then what you're being arraigned on, that is what I am here to explain the charge against you, is a citation issued on April 2nd, 2024 at 9:24 in the evening. That charges that you operated a motor vehicle on North Ford Boulevard at or near Russell Street with no license on your person. Do you comprehend the charge against you?
I do not. I don't even own a license. I canceled my license years ago.
Okay. So what you are being charged with is operating a motor vehicle without having a license on your person. So I'm not asking if you agree with this. I'm not asking if you have a license. I'm asking if you understand the words coming out of my mouth as far as what this charge is.
The charge is accused me of not having a driver's license on my person, correct?
Correct.
Well, from my understanding, I need a driver's license if I'm in commerce. I was traveling home.
Okay.
I wasn't doing business at all. And also from my understanding, I don't need a license to do that.
And your overstanding is incorrect, sir. But we are not going to get into
Did this guy just unintentionally admit to the whole thing? The charge was driving without a license, and then he goes on to say he hasn't had one in 2 years, and that he wasn't driving, he was traveling. Come on, man, you're basically handing over all the evidence they need. If you're caught behind the wheel without a license, the last thing you want to do is deny driving altogether. It just makes you look more suspicious. Most people understand that this is common sense, but some of these sovereign citizen arguments completely ignore reality. And seriously, how much does a driver's license even cost? It's not that hard to just follow basic laws and avoid unnecessary legal trouble. To his credit, this guy is being relatively respectful in court, which isn't always the case with sovereign citizens, but he definitely seems misinformed. What do you think so far? Is he just confused or knowingly digging himself deeper? Let's dive back in and see how the rest of this plays out.
For now, you are saying that you have understood the words as far as not having a license on your person. It is a misdemeanor charge with a maximum penalty of up to 93 days in jail, a $500 fine with court costs, or both.
So this is under the assumption that you guys have personal jurisdiction and subject matter jurisdiction over me, right?
Yes.
So
at this time, the court is going to set a pre-trial date for you. That will be before Judge Washington.
ma'am, can we prove the jurisdiction first before we go ahead with setting a trial for that entity or a pre-trial for that entity?
I hear you. And at this point, you are appearing in front of the court. You have put your name on the record. And yes, we are setting a pre-trial date for you.
I did put my name on the record, and my name that I put on the record is not the same name that you have attached to that case.
And you can provide documentation of such at your pre-trial date, which is going to be June 26th.
So the documentation that I have published, recorded the documentation I have published and recorded on the record, on the state of Michigan record, that says what I just told you, that I'm not who you have, that I'm not the name you have attached to that case. That's I need to bring that with me, is what you're saying? It being already recorded and on the state of Michigan records. That good enough?
Whatever documentation you have,
Mm-hmm.
bring it with you to your pre-trial date. That is what I am telling you, yes. So, and again, that court date, June 26th? Okay, will be June 26th at 9 a.m. before Judge Washington. The court will enter that you are standing mute to all charges at this time.
So we're just assuming jurisdiction, though, correct?
Yes.
How? From my understanding, that has to be proved before we even proceed with anything else. Am I wrong?
You are not correct. The court will also set a personal recognizance bond in this matter. Basically, you are promising to show up for that June 24th court date at 9 a.m. over Zoom before Judge Washington, where you will have your pretrial. Okay, so at this point, your hearings are concluded. You are free to stand up and tell the jail that you are finished.
So I need to be there under threat, duress, coercion of going to jail?
I've got to say, I really appreciated how the judge handled this sovereign citizen. Personally, I think she let him talk a little too much, but overall, she stayed in control of the courtroom. She wasn't having any of his nonsense and cut him off when necessary, even tossing in a few clever responses that definitely showed she knew how to keep things in check. Honestly, we need more judges like her, firm, composed, and just the right amount of sass. You could tell she wasn't intimidated at all, and that's exactly the kind of presence you need when someone comes in throwing around legal jargon they clearly don't understand. And what are your thoughts on Zoom court hearings? Personally, I find them kind of ridiculous, especially when someone like a sovereign citizen tries to argue their case over the internet. It's like trying to have a serious legal debate with someone in a clown nose. It just doesn't land. These virtual hearings often spiral out of control, and it feels like judges have a harder time keeping order compared to in-person courtrooms. Anyway, I'll wrap the video up here. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like and subscribe for more content, and definitely let me know your thoughts on this court hearing in the comments. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.